Chipuff here, and welcome back again to ESOventure. Please excuse me, you'll notice that I have a different amount of experience points and that I also leveled again. That wasn't from any heavy grinding or anything. I was trying to set levels of sound, and I wanted to be able to play the music in the background, add in the sound effects and stuff, just to have more dynamic videos for you to watch, because watching back one or two and seeing that it's kind of quiet while you're running around, and it's kind of feels isolating somehow. So you'll hear that now. You can hear our little red Malkin cub making some roars and stuff. No matter what I fiddled with sound, I was not getting the level that would be comfortable to have in the background while also trying to listen to me blabber on about ESO. I don't have a fancy setup for recording. Hopefully one day it'll be fancier. But for right now, while I could record separate audio tracks and adjust the sound individually for what these videos are, I right now don't feel like there's a point to me doing all of that work. It's enough for me to record some memories and occasionally put on the music. If anybody actually starts to watch these videos, and if the comments are, oh my gosh, why is there no sound in the background? I really hate this. I will figure out how to do it to please an audience. But since I'm the only audience currently, I don't really feel like it's a big deal. The music is very repetitive. It is beautiful. I'll give it that. Go ahead and look up some ESO soundtrack videos. It's gorgeous music, at least in parts of it. Some of it can get a little annoying, but so I did turn on the sound effects. So you'll hear every now and then there she goes roaring. When I kill the unicorgis, they'll make their little chirps and stuff. You'll also be able to hear me, the footfalls as we're running around. She doesn't make any footfalls because she's floating. It's still actually surprisingly a little bit loud, but I'm not, especially in this episode, not planning to kill a lot. So anyway, that was a long explanation for now you'll hear some sound effects, and I'm sorry that there's no music currently. We can change that in the future if it is deemed necessary, or if I'm like, you know what, I feel like putting a little more effort into these videos than I have so far, which I don't know, but we'll see. So open to it in the future. So anyway, so if you're wondering why she's now a level 11, she can learn more skills, and she's got a different than what was left in the last episode. It's because I was killing things to test volumes. And as we know from doing the ESO 0 beginner quest, they've upped the experience point that you win from murdering little animals. So it's very easy to level. So like, let me go ahead and kill her again. You'll see it'll go up almost 0.5%, which is unheard of on a thing that's under my level and not like a boss or something. So anyway, here I go rambling again. Okay, so in this episode, first let's start off. Oh, it's just her weapon I can upload. I will forever say upload. I don't have enough spirit. Oh, that was level 12. Okay. Anyway, so we already went over all that. I do really need to clean out my bag. I will also... she killed something and it dropped a ring. So I had to go ahead and put the necklace on. So here's the gear, and you'll see her necklace is on here, and it adds 1 to 2 points of intellect. I don't know why there's a dash. I've never understood that, but maybe it offers 1.378 intelligence. So then she just got a ring. I think this is an HP. Yeah, health ring. So I'll go ahead and put it on. You can right click on an item and it'll go in there. Rings are not these rings are not assigned to a right or a left finger. So if you click it might just replace the one that was there. So you got to be careful that you're actually putting 2 rings on. So okay, so now she's got +2 health and +1 to 2 intelligence. And I have a free bag spot, so we will have to get her bag updated. But so for right now, I was just going to explore. So let's do that backwards. I'm going to explore some of the lands outside of Pocari, just so we can see some of the old places we used to could run around back in the day. So I'll just put this over here to put her up there. I will leave her out. Go ahead and get on our... Sorry about that. Her fancy dancy horsey here. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, well, you're going to hear the chocobo quarking in the background. That's my text tone. So anyway, just making sure there were no emergencies. So where are we located? We're over in the Tea Pavilion. I'm just going to auto route and follow this across. So let's go check out Ancestral Ruins. I don't know if we can go the back way. I could teleport there. Maybe I will teleport to the next one. We'll just run through some of this beautiful scenery. Again, you know, for a free-to-play game from circa 2000... I don't know when it was made in China. Circa 2009. I don't know if it was a little bit actually earlier than then. But, you know, it's got a colorful, cute... You know, I mean, it's not poorly done. You could do a lot worse. Okay, so this is Ancestral Ruins. This is the home of the Yao. You can see they've got kind of like totem animals here. Looks like bird related. Some funky plants growing out of there. So this is where, if you were a Yao back in the day, you would start, or now in the day, you'll transport back to go in here. So this is their home base, their hometown. It's inside of a tree. Mine was in like a volcano or something. So this is where their goddess of mercy and some of their beginning quests start. I don't know why those things are yellow and you can run through them, but whatever. I've played a few Yao. I mostly would choose the Shenzhou, but yeah, not bad. Cute little area. We can go into these places more later on. Okay, well, I just clipped through the... Did I just fall through that hole? I don't know what happened, but now I'm down here. If you go into too deep of water, you'll leave your mount, so I don't want to do that. I was going to teleport, but here's the blacksmith. So everything's kind of spread out a little bit here. Well, maybe it is worth just auto-routing. There was an instance, I don't know if anybody remembers what it was called, Dreamworld or something like that, where you would enter like a different version of these lands, and that's where you could do like some quests to get killing silver warriors and collecting some other stuff. I really don't remember too much. It was not in the original. Then they added it for a little while. I should be just auto-routing. Let's go to... why am I not seeing... Oh, okay. Let's go to Eloquence Peak since it's here. Anyway, it would take place in these areas. But yeah, so it was added... It was not in the very, very original. It was added somewhere between the switch to Odyssey... or it was like in the middle of, and then the switch to Odyssey. It was a good place. It was for beginner quests to go and get some extra experience points and stuff. So kind of got replaced with the stuff in Pocari. They got rid of it completely. Anybody who was into pet maxing back in the old ways, you might remember the name Silver Warrior. When you went in there, it was a quest to catch one and bring it to the dude. But if you cheated, you tweak it a little bit, you could go in there and catch them for yourself and keep them. And they were important for maxing intelligence on pets. I will go into maxing pets out a little bit. It's gotten so super easy now that anybody who played original and tried to max a pet, and it was a huge achievement, you're just going to cry, because right now you just have to merge two pets and blah, blah, blah. So what I'm referring to in maxing is that you're making the health growth, the strength growth, and the intellect growth the max it could possibly be, meaning that they'll get the most growth, so they'll have the most HP is really what it's used for. Super dedicated people did figure out ways to increase and max out def and resistance. Those ways are pretty much lost now. I was working with a friend. She did figure out how to do it, and it took an incredible amount of melding of pets before she got that. But anyway, it's a very difficult thing to do still. Whereas health, strength, intellect, you can max a pet in just a couple hours at most. So anyway, so that was Silver Warriors. But here we are at Eloquence Peak. So this is where the Shenzhou start. Got these statues out front. I don't know if I ever looked at them before. I think it's changed from originally, and you gotta walk across these lotuses. There used to be unless there isn't, it just didn't load in. No, there used to be a spiral thing right above here with like a place to, I don't know, like a little pavilion or something up there. That's why I keep looking up. Now it's just an orb. We can still get into the old places via old Pocari. So I'll have to do that when we go into more depth, whatever. Anyway, this is Eloquence Peak, and this is where the Shenzu, the god race, whatever, angels, this is where they would start. Kind of got a Greek kind of Colosseum look to it. Mystical ponds, flowers. So let's go ahead and just run down to Fort Phoenix. That's where the Ren, the humans, are from. So I remember spending a lot of time around here. There's some mobs up here to kill. These are not original to the area. I think you used to fight, was it the bunnies and the chickens over here? As I'm running this way, I'll point out there used to be an NPC over here that gave you a quest. So this is where you'd be like, oh, wow, okay, head out to the great city. And you're like, yeah, I will. So you come across here and you follow the path to get to Pocari. And as you're running along, there was a guy over here. I swear there was a dude over here. And you would do a couple of quests. Like, is this something you could pick up? Yeah, like you'd pick up some jades and do some quick quests for him here. Pretty sure he gave you a transformation card. Am I the only one who remembers this? Anybody who watches this and, you know, do you remember? I do remember the statue. I took a picture next to him. this little panda bear with the no paw prints. Because I think you transformed into like a snake or something, and then you went and fought. Am I just tripping over here? I'm pretty sure I'm not, but so you could do some quests on your way. Anybody who plays PWI games, if you played PWI, they had similar things from what I remember. I played that for a little while. So as you were journeying to the next place, you'd stop along the way and do some quests. Those people are completely 100% gone. I do really believe that they existed though. Some of the landscape has changed from original. They've moved, like there's the Brimstone Bruisers. He used to walk around a big place. I wonder if we can find it. I don't think he's still there, but the big first, wow, you have to go fight a boss type of battle. Where did I stop? Oh, you had to find that guy and kill him. They downgraded him. Now he just stands around and he's pretty easy to kill. That's not a zero change. That's a Odyssey change. But anyway, here we are. This is Fort Phoenix. This is home of the Ren. And they are a militaristic group, I would guess you could say. They're the humans, of course. They want to murder everything. So they have a pretty linear place. And if you notice, look how much bigger this Ren place is than even the Yao and the Shenzhou are not this big. Like, this is really spread out. I mean, like one gigantic, it's a city. You know, it's maybe half the size of the original Pocari, I guess. It's pretty close though. So their Goddess of Mercy is up there. There's their homestone. And then I know a lot of their people are in a tent. Is it this tent? There's a two-headed dog dude I just wanted to go see. Oh no, he's not two-headed dog. He has a dog that's sitting on a dog. So it's like a greyhound with some sort of, not a boxer, a Boston Terrier or something. I don't know. Two military dogs. Nice. Okay, cool. I wish that guy were a pet. That'd be so funny. You have a dog with another dog riding it. That's your pet. But anyway, so that's their like master, that they, not master like owner, master like teaches them what to do. So their quests would all be around in here. So from here, I will run to Pocari. I'm going to try to keep this episode shorter than the last one. I rambled like a fool in the last episode. I am just going to blame that on a lack of sleep, because I think the night before, and this is, don't let this get out, but I had a coworker who was, her last day is today, which is a Friday, and I was not at work today on this Friday. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. I had long ago told, oh, somebody chatted in World Chat. Shinzoe, want to buy Maven Female Genesis set. Wow, there are other people here. Anyway, oh, here's some of the original mobs. Anyway, so I had to stay up late crocheting something for her because I told her I would like a year ago. So that's what happened with that. So I stayed up for so long. I only got like 4 hours of sleep. I came home. I was like, I don't really want to record, but I felt like I needed to. So anyway, so I was tired yesterday, and I guess it's a little bit leaning over today. But let's look at these guys. So this is a gathering of the different pets, actually. So the Dewdrop Bunny is the bunny head I referenced that the wrens start with as their pet. These little Mautu longtails, those are the pets that the Shenzhou start with. And then, oh wow, and they all do their... they're making so much noise. The Katsu fox is what the Yao started with. Are they cute? So, okay, just why I kind of tripped myself up when I was talking about the Dewdrop Bunny. You can start, like, pretty much any of the mobs you see, you can own as a pet. So if they have this little thing here, it means you can capture them. A little bit like Pokemon, you have to weaken them first, and then you throw a net. It's almost exactly like Pokemon. I'm not level yet. I think you have to be level 15 where you can start catching them. Anyway, so you can have almost any mob can be set as your pet. Just even just set aside that the game developers could make whatever pet. So the Shenzhou get these cute little long tail, kind of mystical looking kitty cats. The Yao get these adorable foxes with a little kitsune leaf on their heads. You know, they've got a little magical thing. I mean, they're adorable. And then you're going to give the wren this, not even a real rabbit. It's a head. It's a head with a tail on it. Like, it's used in a lot of the artwork, but could you imagine starting, and let's say you were a male player or just don't like cutesy stuff, and you started, and they gave you this rabbit thing? I mean, you can, okay, yeah, this guy's pink, but whatever. You know, it's like starting with a skitty or something like that. Anyway, I was always mad for the wren, and I hate killing pets, but I would totally abandon that thing as soon as I could. Interestingly enough, later on, to max a pet, you would use a Dewdrop Bunny. Not these. They have to be the 0. I'll get into that later. They had to be a different one. So the creature itself, I guess, is helpful later on. But, man, I would be so disappointed. That's like going to get a Digimon, and everybody else is starting with, like, Agumon and Gomamon, you know, and then they hand you, I don't even remember they're called, but, like, their first, like, they hatch into an egg, and then they become a blob monster. They hand you that blob thing. I mean, I'd be so disappointed. Manta Mouse are not the original mobs, but you could start with them now. You know, anyway, but you'll recognize this place. I have returned. The prodigal daughter has come back. I'm going to go to reset. I don't want to reset my affinity points, but I could show you that. I'm going to go see Ziola in the next episode, but I'm going to leave this off here. It's only a little bit shorter than it was last time, so whoops. I will be more succinct tomorrow when I do that. Well, not tomorrow, but whenever I post the next one. And we're going to return victoriously to Ziola. So thank you again very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.